Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, the #1 YouTube channel for you to level up your communication skills, learn the art of public speaking, social skills, and personal branding to take your message to the world. For today's episode, we're going to be talking about the bullseye mind. But for you to appreciate the bullseye mind, you need to understand its opposite, the monkey mind. The monkey mind is one of the main reasons for anxiety, depression, and an overall feeling of loss of control. What is the monkey mind? Well, in a very technical term, it means mind wandering, when your mind is going from thought to thought to thought without your control. Why do they call it monkey mind, if you're very curious? Well, picture a monkey. You're not picturing an animal that's just zen and chilling in the corner. Instead, you're picturing a very wild creature swinging from tree to tree, jumping up and down, and throwing a banana. That right there is a very chaotic monkey, and that right there represents a lot of our minds. And when you don't have control over your mind, you get a lot of thoughts. At first, this may seem like a good thing because when you're picturing a creative genius gets a lot of thoughts, don't they? They do, but they're different than the monkey mind. The creative genius has the ability to control their thoughts. They're able to detach from the thoughts so they can pick and choose which ones matter. While with the person with the monkey mind, every thought seems like it matters. Huge issue. For you to become more creative and for you to feel a level of emotional intelligence, it's all about the bullseye mind. Your mind needs a target. Your mind needs something to aim for. But for you to understand this, you need to be able to pick up some analogies. I want to tell you a little story, and I want to see if you can pick up the analogies with the mind. When I first graduated from electrical engineering, I had to search for a lot of different jobs. Well, one of the jobs that I got was an IT job all the way in Virginia. I decided that I was going to take it. Once I go to Virginia, I meet my manager. His name was Joseph Casola, an Italian guy. And he was very young and very chill, very relaxed individual. And he told me that I was going to be taking over a project for this veteran member. The veteran member was in the company for 30, 40 years. But unfortunately, he just couldn't keep up with the technology. So I was supposed to fill in his shoes. Perfect. I'm excited. Well, the first day I get debriefed in the project, I don't have much questions. I just want to go to the cube and get started. Once I get started, I start noticing something. A project that is supposed to take me 3 weeks to do, I completed in 1 hour. 1 hour? Something seems weird. I think the past guy was really behind on the technology because no way does this project take 3 weeks. So I go up to my manager and I tell him, yo, I'm done. He's like, you're done? Man, give me that. Let me see this. Oh, whoa. You are done. Well, you're way ahead of the deadline. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to go back to your cubicle and I just want you to chill. You mean that? I could just chill? I could just relax? Yeah, go ahead. Just chill and relax. You earned it. Well, I go back to my cubicle and I'm ready to chill. Here I am in my first ever job. I'm getting paid just to relax. Perfect. All right. What do I do? How does someone chill at work? This was a very new concept to me, and I had no clue what he meant. But I had to figure it out. I had a laptop and I had internet access. So I decided that I was going to surf the web. I go on Google and I start reading different sports articles. I read articles on LeBron, on Floyd Mayweather, Michael Phelps, etc. Eventually, I get bored. So I leave the sports world and enter the current events. I see that Obama just is passing a law. I see that Bill Cosby got accused of something very bad. And I see different events going on around the world. At this point, I'm bored with this as well. So I go to the next event. And eventually I'm just going from topic to topic to topic, and I'm reading a lot of articles that I normally wouldn't care about, but at this point, since I have time to kill, I'm reading it. But as 2 hours passes on by, I realize that this is boring. This isn't fun at all. I need to do something. I go back to my manager and I'm like to my manager, yo, is there anything you need me to do? Anything even small? He's like, nah, you're all good. Just go back to your cubicle and chill. In my mind, I'm thinking, yo, this is annoying. I don't want to chill. I need something to do. I am going all over the place right now, being bored, and I feel very anxious. Well, a few weeks pass on by, and eventually I get a call from Tampa. I hear that I have a job offer in a corporate branch in Tampa, and I already made up my mind. I'm getting the hell out of this job and getting out of it quick. A few months passes on by, I signed the papers, and now I'm in the Tampa job. And this new role is completely different than the previous one. This one, I'm working every single day. My team is very busy. My manager is in your face and he tells you exactly what to do. He wants you to get the projects done. He's giving you deadlines. And I'm enjoying it. I'm young. I don't just want to sit on my ass and do nothing all day. So I'm enjoying this new atmosphere. Well, one day, my manager comes to me and he debriefs me on a new project, and he says that I have 3 weeks to do it. And he says that I need to learn a new coding language called Python. Well, I don't know Python, I told him. And he's like, well, you have a laptop and you have an internet. Go figure it out. That's how I learned. And I thought, all right, that's what I'll do. So overall, I have a target of a project, and now I have the systems available from a laptop and the internet, and I'm just going about searching different information. This time, I'm also surfing the web, but this time, I'm enjoying it. I feel as though I'm growing. I don't feel as though I'm just spinning in circles. Instead, I feel like I'm progressing towards something. And 3 weeks passes on by, and I feel better and more energized than ever. So what was the difference between the Virginia situation and the Tampa situation? Both of these situations, I had a laptop and I had internet connection. What was the difference? Well, the difference was that for this one, there was no target. So I was just spinning in circles. While for this option, I did have a target, which allowed me to consistently move forward. And if you couldn't pick up the analogies, here it is. The laptops represent the mind, and the different windows that I was going through in the internet, those represent thoughts. When you don't have a target, you're sort of like me in the Virginia situation, where I'm just going from tab to tab to tab, trying to kill time, and I feel more drained than ever, even though I'm doing less work. While for this situation, I have the mind, I have a target, and now I can choose the right thoughts in order to move forward. I'm doing more work, but I feel more energized. That's what the bullseye mind is all about. It's about giving your mind a target. That's it, a target. We've all played darts, I hope. And even if you're good or not, just imagine a dartboard with just one blob, just one color that's green. And your friend comes to you and says, yo, here's a dart, go throw it. And you think, well, throw it where? It's like, throw it anywhere. Okay. So you throw it, and he's like, whoa, good job, man. Amazing, right? You're like, not really. Anyone could just throw a dart at a random board. So he's like, you know what? All right. I have another board. And this board is different. This board has the little bullseye. So he tells you this time, your goal is to throw the dart and try to hit the bullseye. This time you feel more energized. This time you're like, yeah, all right. Thanks for the challenge. And you're trying your best to hit the bullseye. You miss a few times, but you keep on practicing it, and you keep getting better and better and better. And eventually one day, when you hit the bullseye, you feel ecstatic. That right there is the bullseye mind. Rather than just aimlessly throwing darts, you have a target to throw it at. Same with basketball. Imagine if someone just gave you a basketball and it's like, yo, have fun. And there's nothing near sight. There's no hoops or anything. What are you going to be doing? You're just going to be aimlessly dribbling the ball around. But instead, if I give you a hoop, this time you have the ability to dribble and you have the ability to make a basket. That's all the mind needs. The mind needs a target. But you don't need to be too strict with it. Some people, they wonder, should I become a systems guy or should I become a goals guy? While in reality, the two cannot be separated. The two are one. And the more that you work on fine-tuning a goal, the better that your systems get. And the better that your systems get, the more clarified that your goal becomes. When you're first starting off something, it's best to have a very general idea of the end. And this is very tough because you don't know what the end looks like yet. That's why the emphasis is on general idea of what the end looks like. And then the goal is to begin. Once you begin, as you start working on the present day, you'll notice that the goal is changing. It's going from very general to more and more specific. This is how a lot of great speakers plan their speeches. They don't just start from the beginning and hope that they figure it out. Instead, they start with the end in mind. Same with YouTube. With YouTube, today's main intention was to talk about mindset, and from mindset, it was going to be about the bullseye mentality. Once you get the end, now you can start from the beginning, think, okay, well, how am I going to start this off? And as you get the end and the beginning, the middle sort of starts working itself out. So the bullseye mind is great, especially for content creation. You want to become more creative, right? But you want the right creativity. You don't want the creativity that just makes you worry all day, be negative. Instead, you want creativity that allows you to produce. So adopt the bullseye mind. Set a target. So now your mind can gear towards a big North Star. And it could be micro targets in your day-to-day life, or it could be a grand target. Whatever the case is, when you start specifying rules for your mind, it starts working for you. When you don't specify rules for your mind, it starts being your master. It starts telling you what to do and it starts giving you panic attacks. These are all concepts that I bring up in the Level Up Mentality. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you grab a copy, and you could get it on Amazon or you could get it on my website. I'll drop both links right on below. But overall, the monkey mind needs to be tamed. And once you tame the monkey mind, it's pretty sweet. It's not that bad of a creature, but you gotta tame it. It requires conscious effort. It's not something that's just going to work itself out one day and you're gonna think, oh wow, I'm more creative, I can focus now. It requires a lot of conscious effort. But once you figure it out, it sort of becomes like riding the bike. You fall off a few times, you keep getting up and you keep riding it. You fall off a few more times and you keep getting back up and you ride it to a point where nowadays you don't even think about riding the bike. It just happens. That right there is the life of someone who is mindful, that can experience without reacting. Get to that point by setting a target for your mind, and overall, you will start seeing life in a brand new way. The perceptions will align and creativity will emerge. If today's video helped you, make sure you drop a like right on below, and thank you for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel.